our community, women always say, well, we don't have the luxury of being feminine because of how they was raised. When does that stop becoming an excuse? Like, when y'all gonna learn to embrace your femininity? Like, femininity is almost looked at as a weakness with some women.
I have 5 brothers, so it's like I'm used to that life. We don't really do it to get on your nerves or whatever. It's just like, wow, it's a spur of the moment kind of thing.
Sometimes I hear, well, I know how to be feminine with a guy who can lead, right?
Okay.
So that sounds crazy if a guy said, well, I know how to be masculine with a woman that knows how to be, like, you know what I mean? Like,
how to follow.
I exist in my femininity until I find a woman that could, like, that sounds crazy to y'all. Y'all be like, nah, like, that's a red flag.
There's a guy for every woman that takes out, like, dims down that masculinity, because I feel like that's just a defensive.
If I go up to a pretty girl in the club and I'm like, hey, how are you? And she's like, what's good, my nigga? Like, that's a turn off for me, right?
Really?
So, but look at on the flip side. You see a nice looking guy in the club and he comes up to you and he's like, hey, how are you? Are you going to find that attractive?